Oh, wow. Hey guys, welcome back. I'll be back in a second. I'm leaving that in because why not? Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel. As you saw at the beginning, I was asleep. I just woke up from an absolute bore fest of a football match. I waited all day for this game, and these two teams gave me a 0-0. Netherlands, I'm not particularly surprised. They don't have particularly the best attack. I have said that in my preview. They don't have the attackers really for me to do anything, but they have a really good defense. And France, look, I know you missed Mbappe, but come on. You have so much talent in your squad. You should do better. And once again, the manager, Deschamps. I've talked about Southgate. Deschamps, man. I gave you criticisms of the last game France played. Today was even worse. And look, it was a ball fest, the worst game of the tournament. Just from a quality standpoint. And look, we was always gonna get a 0-0. At the end of the day, we've been treated with goals after goals after goals. Every game has had a goal in it. Eventually, that had to come to an end eventually. That was the first goalless draw of the Euros since England's 0-0 draw to Scotland 3 years ago at Wembley. If you remember that game, where Billy Gilmore had a really good game. I did talk about that game. And yeah, interesting stuff there. So yeah, 0-0 draw. This is a review of it. I will talk towards the end of the video about Austria and their win against Poland. And I'll give you a quick dialogue on Ukraine as well, as I watched bits of their game today. But we'll talk about France and Netherlands. And look, it was a disappointing game overall. I think let's start off with the Netherlands real quick. I think they will feel like they will take the draw, but the disallowed goal, man. Wow. I mean, let's just get straight into it. It's a goal. For me, it's a goal. And it's no surprise to me that, the first real this is the first time that we've had controversy really with VAR. It's the first time we've had some real controversy with VAR. It's the first time we've looked at a decision and most people are in agreement that it was the wrong decision. And the reason why I bring this up is because it's an English referee. It's English referees. Do I have to say any more? For anyone that knows, the Premier League is the best league in the world, but it has the worst officiating ever. Why is it that in every other game in the tournament in this Euros, when it comes to the use of VAR, when it comes to them having to make decisions, they make them quickly? Yeah? It takes no longer than 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 20, 30 seconds. They're done. Boom, decision made. Today, these guys took about a minute or so, a minute and a half, to make a decision on this goal. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? Seriously, these English referees, they're actually embarrassing. They're an absolute embarrassment to the referees in Europe, just to the world, man. They're a joke. I mean, how do you take that long, first of all, to make a decision? And then the second thing, right? You make the wrong decision. Let's just have it right. It's a clean goal. And I'll tell you why it's a clean goal. Yes, Dumfries is in an offside position. But this is the key bit for me. One, Mike Maignan is never getting to that ball. So Dumfries is not impacting. The only thing Dumfries has done that's impacted Mike Maignan is his decision to potentially dive. But I saw BBC Sport really detail and slow-mo Mike Maignan's positioning and his body language just as Xavi Simons takes the shot. And the guy was never going to dive for the ball in the first place. He was never going to dive for the ball in the first place. He was never going to. So Dumfries, in fact, had no impact whatsoever on Mike Maignan in that moment. And on top of it, Dumfries, yes, he's in an offside position, but he's not interfering with the ball. If he was in an offside, he's in an offside position. But if he interferes with the play, Say say he moves his leg to try flick the ball in or something like that. Then fine, disallowed the goal. He didn't move. The guy didn't go for the ball. The guy's body language was very calm. He did nothing wrong. So the fact that they disallowed the goal because they felt like his presence impacted Mike Maignan and his decision as to whether he dives for the ball or not is absolutely ridiculous. It's a clean goal because Dumfries does not interfere with the play at all, and Mike Maignan is never, ever diving for that ball. He's just not. He's never diving for the ball. And even if he did, he's not saving it. He's not saving it. So for me, the Dutch have been robbed of a goal there. And it's not a surprise that the first robbery or the first controversial decision, yeah, is in the hands of the English referees. It's not a surprise. It's an absolute disgrace. It's absolutely embarrassing and it's a joke at this point. It's just so annoying, man. But it is what it is. But the game in general, just a really boring game. Like, honestly, I've got a headache just watching that game. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There wasn't nothing. Deschamps, look, the setup. I mean, look, I know Mbappe's out, and the fact they didn't even bring him on today, disgrace. I mean, why put him on the bench if you're not gonna bring him on? Why? What's the point? What is actually the point? Genuinely. But regardless of that, there's no Mbappe. But the setup, I mean, you've got now the prime opportunity here to play the likes of Bacola, PSG's young winger. He's got talent. You have the opportunity to play now a fully fit Kingsley Coman. You know? You've got the opportunity to play these guys, to give them a chance. You got Colomwani on the bench. Come on. You have an opportunity to play these guys, man, alongside Thuram and Ousmane Dembele. And you decide to play a midfield three of Chouameni, Kante, and Griezmann, which I liked. But you're playing Rabiot on the wing. Come on. Come on. And he wasn't good today, Rabiot. And the biggest chances France had were in the palm of his hands. And he bottled it in the moment. You got all that attacking talent. Coman, Colomwani, Bacola. And you decide, nah. I'll play Rabiot right, left wing instead. Even then, you don't want to play those guys? Play Giroud up front. Play Giroud up front with Thuram. You played Thuram on the left at times against Austria anyway. You could have done the same today. You would have been better off playing Giroud up front. Play him in a two with Thuram maybe. You know, or front three of Giroud, Thuram, Dembele, or something like that. But nah, he doesn't have to. And France was just boring, uninspiring on the ball. Not good enough. A lack of quality, man. Like, the style of play was just not good enough. A lot of players disappointed, you know. Griezmann today, Hall of Shame performance, man. Dembele, better in the second half at times, but just not good enough. And look, if you're gonna bring Giroud on, then don't take Dembele off, because once Giroud came on, these men stopped playing the ball long to him. They stopped putting crosses in the box. Why do teams do this with Giroud? Like, even at Chelsea, when Giroud was at Chelsea, yeah, obviously he wouldn't start a lot of games. And in those games he wouldn't start, we put crosses into the box for fun. And nothing would happen. And then once Giroud comes on, Chelsea would stop putting crosses in. It was the same today. He comes on and they stop putting crosses in. Like, what's going on? It makes no sense. And you take off Dembele, who's your best crosser of the ball. The man who's trying to give you something, at least in the second half. Because Griezmann's just done nothing. And Thuram's not had many chances. Decent link-up play in the first half, I guess. Especially with the one that led to the Rabiot chance. I mean, Rabiot there. A lot of people saying he has to shoot. I didn't mind him passing. Because in that moment, I even said pass the ball. So I'm not going to blame him for passing. It's just the execution of the pass was horrible. And Griezmann kind of messed it up anyway. So that's that. But Thuram's link-up play was decent. It was nice to see Chouameni today. Real six. You know, Declan Rice. Once again, you watched Rodri yesterday. I hope you were watching Chouameni today. I really do hope you're watching him today, because he showed you how to be a six on the ball. You know, real baller. Yeah, Kante again, man of the match, best player on the field for me. Kante's Kante. Do I need to say any more? What a player. Um, Griezmann, like I said, just a shadow of himself. Saliba at the back, solid. I think, you know what? Ever since now Deschamps has put him into this team, he's really taken on that responsibility. And he's doing really well for himself. So fair play to Saliba, man. Like, he's obviously a top defender. He's gonna be world class. He's probably gonna be the best defender in the world very soon. He's definitely up there already as the best young centre back in the world, probably. Um, he's got a long way to go, but the potential's high. And yeah, he's gonna be a mainstay in that France team for years to come, man. So what a centre back! Great performance today. Really, really good. Upamecano was decent. Theo Hernandez was disappointing today. Just nothing on that left hand side from an attacking standpoint. Absolutely nothing. And just the whole team in general, uninspiring, man. Uninspiring. It just seems to me Deschamps is restricting them a little bit. I think he's a little too cautious. The Netherlands, I can understand being cautious because they don't have a great attack and they have an absolutely fantastic defense. De Vrij, Van Dijk, Nathan Ake. You know, they got the likes of Mickey van der Ven and Matthias de Ligt on the bench. You know, fantastic defense. Reinders in the midfield. I didn't make a video on the Dutch in the last game against, who was it that they played? Was it Poland? And I thought Reinders in that game was really good. Once again today, decent work. Xavi Simons, a decent game from him. Much better because he was disappointing for me in the game against Poland. Memphis Depay frustrating once again. This game was even worse from him than it was in the last game. So he's got to step it up. Gakpo wasn't as good in this game as he was in the last game. So overall, from both teams, lack of quality, disappointing. More so on France because they have a lot more talent. Like I said, with the Dutch, I can understand them being cautious and taking the draw in hopes that they just do not lose to Austria. If they don't lose to Austria, they're definitely going through. Do you know what I mean? But I think Austria have signed for them, you know. So yeah, nothing much really to say. 0-0, boring game. And it is what it is. Let's move on quickly. Austria today, earlier they beat Poland in very convincing fashion, especially in the second half. Very good performance from Austria. Some of the football they were playing was absolutely sensational, brilliant. Ralf Ragnick, you know, he's really doing a good job over there, man. So credit to them, man. And I think genuinely in my predictions video, I said, look, I think they're gonna finish second. So let's see if they do finish second, because with their win today, that's opened up this group. Poland are definitely out, 0 points. They're the first team eliminated. And look, can I say I'm surprised? They're definitely going to finish bottom of the group, just like I predicted in my predictions video. What a surprise. Look, for some of the talent that they have, they just do not perform in these tournaments. And that is just a fact. They just don't. They don't. They don't. It's the same with Serbia. I think Serbia are currently bottom of their group. I mean, I even had Serbia doing decent, and then they're not going to. So it's just disappointing, man. Like, yeah, Poland are gonna be out. Austria, look, let's see if they got something for Netherlands. That's gonna be a very interesting game. France will definitely top this group on 7 points, as they will beat Poland, in my opinion. And let's see who finishes second between Austria and the Netherlands. I think Austria have something for them, you know. I really, really do. So let's see what happens on that front. And fair play to them. Ragnick's doing a really, really good job. Even their goals were nice today. That second goal was nice. That dummy from Arnautovic, absolutely ridiculous, man. Yeah, decent player. And Sabitzer got the penalty, and Arnautovic slots it in. And yeah, they get the 3-1 win. And earlier today, Ukraine got a win against Slovakia. Fair play to them. Didn't watch the whole game. Apparently, Mudryk, I'm getting mixed reviews online about Mudryk. Some are saying he played really well. Some are saying he played shit. I'm not sure who to believe, because, of course, the ones who are saying he's playing well, they're probably just lowering the standards a little bit, and they're hoping and any little thing he does that's good, they lap it up and overhype it. But then the ones who are saying that maybe he played shit, maybe they've just got agendas against him and they just want to see him fail, which is weird. So I don't know which side to believe. Um, you know, the problem with football these days and fans in regards to their opinions on players is that people can't have a objective and fair review on a player these days. They don't want to be honest, you know. They just want to lie sometimes, or they want to have an agenda, you know, or they want to be toxic, or they want to spread toxic positivity. So yeah, it is what it is. But Ukraine got the win. That opens that group up massively. If Belgium beat Romania tomorrow, then all four teams from that group will be on 3 points. Currently, Slovakia on 3 points, Ukraine on 3 points, Romania on 3 points, and if Belgium beat Romania, then Belgium will be on 3 points. So that's gonna open up that group massively. Let's see what happens tomorrow with Belgium. And yeah, that's really it, guys, for this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. I'm really tired. I got a headache. Bloody hell! I waited all day for this game, and it just disappointed. So it is what it is, though. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Euros content. Peace.